Hey up, I'm Fu and welcome back to another Prison Architect video. Let's get started, shall we? So last episode we were working on, let's get over there and take a look. So last episode we were working on our snitch facility. So our plan was to make a very close quarter area for snitches. Now in the future I will be hoping that we'll be able to extend possibly, most likely further up north or west, depending on how we go. But you know, that's future. All we need now is just basic facilities for the snitches, because at the moment they're the ones who had been dying in our facility so far. Just double checking, everything looks fine. Yep, we are generally getting enough food for these guys. I think we will have to build a bigger canteen, or at least optimize the space a little better. That said, we still do have some food left on the serving tables, so I guess that is something. Who knows? Oh, look at that another time. I want to get back to building this facility, this area, so speed it up to a number 3. And yep, oh, that's awesome. They are going ahead and building it. So we want to build another set of rooms. So if I go just onto planning mode for a second, let's take a look. So if we wanted a pathway, we want a pathway, of course, a 1x1 pathway. Also most likely a pathway over here, and I think we can build some holding cells just in this area here, since it isn't a very big space. Then, so let's place a few walls down. So we'll use the objects to show off this. So what is that? A holding cell is a 3. Ooh, it's very tight. Oops, I made a mistake. 3 from here, because this is a pathway. That's a door, that's one space, and that's large enough. Because you only need 2, isn't it? Well, I've been making this solitary always too long. Let's take a check. It's just surrounded by walls and doors, so you could actually make it a one hole. Well, there's a thought. We could make it even smaller. Does that mean that we could fit in another set of solitary? I mean, we don't need a very big set of solitary because we don't have many snitches, or in theory we won't. I hope we don't get too many snitches, that'd be bad for us. We would have no way of dealing with that at all. Okay, let's get back to working at this. So, since we only need one space for a prisoner, when it comes to solitary, all I need is walls and a door. So, let's see. Let's get a wall, and wall. That is officially one technically correct solitary confinement, I think. I mean, I will just double check again before I start building this, but yeah, because solitary, all it says here is it doesn't actually have a minimum room size. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And does that mean that we can fit in another guard? No, it doesn't. See, that's not enough space. I think go back to planning mode and we will just make it the standard size that we've been working with. So, it'll be something like that. Yep, and that still means we have a walkway around the edge, a walkway along here. Awesome. Okay, can we fit in another one? I think we can. I do not suspect we will need to use... Yeah, because we only have 2 at most. And that uses that area nice and efficiently. So, actually, what am I doing? No, walls. Need to... Hey, hello, please. Thank you. Clicking the wrong buttons here. What's going on? You maybe need more coffee this morning. Anyhow, that's what I'm thinking with solitary, and like I said, it all works out, so just mark the pathways again. Oops, and down across. That looks fine. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And I'll let them continue building it. So that will be our solitary. So we'll get the components for it now. So the components, whoa, what's happening? Okay, thank you. A recent high-profile gang case has been implicated in one of our minimum security prisoners as a high-ranking gang leader. They've remained under the radar, but now everyone knows who they are. Well, great. Let's see. I will double-check intelligence. I don't think I'll be able to spot them right this very second, but they were a high-profile gang member. Gangs. So it's probably a blue team. Could possibly be this person over here, or we may not even have the intel. I'm not too sure because I haven't played around with the gangs too much. Let's see, informants. Do we have anyone who could be an informant? Oh, there's a potential CI. But I can't select them. I wonder if we can just get someone around there. Oh, it has to be a guard. Come on, please. Thank you. Just... Ah, obviously I can't move a guard over there. But okay, that's useful to know. Fearless gang member. Maybe it could be even this person. Because I believe we've had this event happen once before. Anyhow, we'll just continue playing it. If someone dies, well, we'll just deal with it. Like we've dealt with the other times. I mean, we have the space in the morgue for them. Not that that's necessarily a good thing, but yeah, anyhow. And what's going on up here? I thought are you a snitch? Well, you're a legendary. Ah, you. Okay, we got 2 legendaries. What about this one? I'm a little bit confused. I thought I flagged this area as to be a snitch area. Let's see, where is it? I am looking under deployment. Yeah, deployment. Yeah. See, the area has been set to protected only, but the cells haven't, which explains a few things. So, okay, that fixes that up. What else? Hopefully people will get shifted around. I expect they will. And what's going on? I believe we got family members who cannot be assigned. It's probably most likely the issue right now. Yep, so they'll be hopefully get shifted out, because this is not the area for them. Most certainly not. Yep, so they're all left, and it does seem like we need a bit of cleaning in here, but you know, that's another time. I can hear the taser going off in the background. Someone's being a little naughty. Oh, that was their fault. Also, I'm looking for foundations. Build concrete facility. So then we can go in and build our... Where is it? I want the, not remote door, but solitary doors. It seems like we've got a few in storage already, so that helps. So I'll place 2 there, plus the extra wall, which should get built when the actual building turns into a valid building within the game. So give it a second, see what happens. Yep, any second now. You're going to do it? Awesome. And we've got the 2 doors. Excellent. So I'll place that down. And we have officially, well, until I room it, we'll have our solitary wing. It's really good to see. Anyhow, I'm going to remove the planning because we know what's happening here now. And also that, about to say wall, but that's walkway. Yeah, so someone just needs to get around to doing it. So that's not too big of an issue. Let's get some flooring down because I'm looking forward to some flooring. It keeps with the same style within our facility, just as we want it. But we have to find out who are the snitches manually. So actually, are they still in there? The potential CI? I cannot recall. No, it doesn't look like they are. Darn. Well, let's take a look again, because we do want a CI help us out. Let's see. We are looking for informants. Fearless game member, snitch. Are you the snitch? Let's see. Character, reputation. Nope. They're over here somewhere. Hello? Wait a second. You're the snitch. Can we recruit you? Oh, well, you can be... Well, that's what we can do. We can turn you into protective custody. That means you'll get moved, and since you're a snitch, that saves your life, quote unquote. But I do want to see if we can get you CI, as a CI as well, since you are a snitch. I will double check as well. There isn't a way just to recruit you right now. Whoopsie daisies, let's try that again. No, by the looks of it, we actually have to put you into a holding cell first before we can try and recruit. That's fine. We can deal with that. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. Oh well. Okie dokie. That's everything seems to be fine there, and we have one CI. Oh, sorry, one snitch in our protective custody now, which is good to see. Also, let's mark these rooms as solitary now because they have been completed. And they should be validated in a second. Yep, there we are. Awesome. I think things are turning out well. It's looking very nice, the facility so far. Don't think I'm going to floor this area. There's no need to. Ooh. Hello. Walter, what's going on with you since you're the one who just started a riot? Well, not a riot, but you haven't been very friendly with people. Let's see, character. See, I can't see anything with it. I'm wondering... Oh, experience. Mood, bad, normal... Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm going to just double check things because we do need the facilities. We have a psychologist, so that tells us about the danger level. But do we need research? I honestly can't recall. Research. When I say research, I mean research to find out more about the individual person, because they seem to be empty, that list. I don't see it. I mean, we could continue researching the final things. Permanent punishments, legal defense. Ooh, it's tempting. I don't want to spend that money because that's a lot of money to spend right now. We do have the cash, but I'd rather spend it on building facilities than anything else. That's not good. Oh, that's what guards are there for, to stop people rioting. Okay, well let's build our next building. So naturally, yep, I guess we'll be making a walkway around the outside edge. So concrete tiles, and then we'll pull it along this side. So that means we do have a narrow area here for a building. I believe that most likely will be, I'm about to say, what is it called? I'm losing it. Canteen, that's what I'm looking for. Canteen and kitchen can be along this area. And then we might have some basic facilities for washing, which is laundry plus, let's see, I guess we could even try a common room and these types of things. But no, actually I think as long as we have the laundry and maybe our own cleaning cupboard, this area can be completely isolated from the other groups of people. And hopefully that'll be enough to keep them safe. I guess we'll find out. So anyhow, I will just continue marking these tiles to be placed down. Yeah, because we don't have a lot of space to work with, but we'll try and maximise it as best as we can. Yep, and more fighting, right. Yeah, I think these guys need maybe more toilets and showers. I think that will help them quite a lot. I mean, wait a second, they have the showers down here, so what's up? It is currently sleeping period. I'm maybe going under the assumption that not all of them are quite interested to sleep right now. But no, more toilets would be a big thing. I think that's a relatively easy thing to do anyhow. So, toilets. Let's make a few more. Not very nice, but anyhow, that should work and get it done. I will have to put the pipes down. Oh, well. Oh, okay, it looks like we need one more extra block up just to place the water pipe, like so. And that should cover all the toilets. Hopefully. I guess we'll find out soon. Anyhow, let's build the actual foundation here. It's only a small building. How wide is it? Because that's one thing I never measured. It's only 5. 5 internal, I should say. It's always a bit of a mess working out if it's internal or external measurements. Something you always have to keep an eye on. Okay, but since that is 5, that should be large enough at least for canteen. Yeah, well, canteen doesn't even have a minimum size. What about a kitchen? Kitchen, no minimum size either. Oh, that's another thing we need. We need showers. I guess the simple thing would just be to put a shower in the corner of each one of these cells. Or we could actually make a small room. I mean, we've got this space here. I wonder. I like the idea of turning this one into cooking. We put the kitchen down on this side, which means the cooks have direct access into the back end of this facility, and then the prisoners will stay in this area. We also need a courtyard. Do we need a courtyard? I think a common room would work just as well. Okay, well, I'll let them continue building this, but we'll get planning mode out once again. So if we were to place a building like so, means the wall is roughly 15, so makes, of course, this going to be this right here is going to be the center. What about vertical? We've got 12. Well, that doesn't work very well because there's no middle line. It's between the 6, which is what? Where is it? 6. So just here is essentially the middle line, which means might just do maybe a zigzaggy sort of pattern like that, and that gives us the space that we need. So that breaks it into 4 rooms. The other option is we just do it into 3 rooms. So can we do it in vertical lines, horizontal, diagonal? Not diagonal, that's for sure. Yeah, probably something like this is what I will go with the actual buildings. But common rooms is definitely something for sure. Also, I wonder, is part of the research as well is something to do with micromanagement. I don't know, did we get it? Let's see if I can find it for starters. Micromanagement, we never actually got it. So, let's see. Yep. We can override which laundries go to which set of cells. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. Because I'm just wondering as well is if some of the prisoners aren't going into the closest showers, but maybe wandering over to this side of the map. But just as a sort of like a force, like you have to go to these showers because they're your shower rooms. Yeah, well, we do need to do something with the canteen as well. Needs to be bigger. Anyhow, I think it's time for a shakedown anyhow. Is that we run a very big risk considering that people can throw things over the wall. We run a big risk of people having the ability to escape, which wouldn't be very good. Don't think it's going to happen, but yeah. I'd rather not risk it, if possible. Anyhow, let's get back to building this room, shall we? So right here is what I'm thinking. We'll put a door just here. That means the staff can get access to the backside, because remember it is a canteen. And then the top half can be dedicated to maybe 1 or 2 seats, plus a, better say, caboose. But it's not a caboose I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of a serving table. Don't know how I got caboose. Probably because I was thinking of canteen. But I'm actually surprised we haven't found that many items yet. I do suspect that they're not searching the actual places that prisoners are likely to be, but anyhow, we'll see what happens. Okay, another thing we need to do as well, because I just realised this area has been set to protective custody, but I don't think this, yeah. See, these solitary rooms haven't yet, so protected and protected. There we go. That fixes that. And also, this area, since that is a power room from memory, we'll put that to staff only, and the same down to here, which is actually the water rooms, the waterworks, or however you want to put it. Just thinking, is there any other areas that we want to sort of restrict? Think armory, security, will be definitely 2 rooms. I think staff room will be fine, and reception as well. Seems like we've got a small gap here, I don't know what's up with that. Storage is fine. I do suspect people might try stealing stuff from it, but that's not the end of the world. We can deal with that. Okay, well, let's get back to work. So, what next? Well, looks like we're missing the path over here. I am very pedantic about having a path everywhere. And also making sure that there's gravel around everything. Okay, that kind of bums me out. Maybe we can do the 2 gravel there. I think that will still work out. And get the concrete tiles once again to the shower rooms. Oh, I'm missing the gravel up the top here. I have a feeling that there is a ton of places within this facility that I am missing a proper path to. But no, it's coming along quite nicely now. I think I am liking the style. It's a bit of a shame that some of the spacing is a little off. It's not the end of the world. It means I might just have to expand some set of rooms. Okay, anyhow, let's get the gravel around the outside over here, because we can actually do that now. Oh, and cancel that 1 block there. Is it really worth spending this money? Yeah, well, I'm going to do it. Might as well. It's a lot to spend. How much is that? Well, I don't see the price. That's $1,000 in gravel. That's a bit. But it will be worth it. It keeps to the aesthetic of the facility relatively well. And up and across. On the internal edges. I'm surprised I haven't done this already. Oh, better do it sooner. It's better to do it sooner rather than later. Is that the saying? What am I thinking of? I don't know. Anyhow. Oh. Try it again. And I think, yeah, I'm missing a lot of gravel. Keep this going. Keep the design satisfied. It's also amusing as well, because this looks like a 4-wide pathway, which is a lot bigger than I would like. I mean, the 3-wide is going to be fine until we have a lot of people, because they'll start pushing each other, which is nice with the gravel, because the gravel will slow the people who get pushed to the outside, hopefully staggering the mass of people wandering down these pathways. Or at least that's my hope. Whether or not that is a reality is a completely other story. Like I said, when we start pushing a number even higher than 100 prisoners, we should probably see the wide pathways with the gravel around the outside come into fruition. Also, let's pave this area up as well. Wonder, is there anything we've missed now? Probably is. I think this is a little bit, I don't know what's going on here. But we'll let that be, and yeah. I think, yeah, that looks right. It's a lot of work for our builders to get done, but they can handle it. It's not the first time they've had to deal with such a large area. Okay, let's work out which rooms we want up here. So this is protected custody. We do have these solitary confinements for people. But which rooms are we going to prioritise? Well, one part thinks chapel. One part of me thinks chapel, one part of me thinks laundry, the other part of me thinks common room. I think the common room is going to be the best thing for it. Yeah, probably a common room. Let's see, does a common room have a minimum size? Doesn't. Okay. So common room in the first section, so let's mark it down. So C for common room. What's over here? Well, possibly, I have actually no idea. I don't think we'll actually need to even use all this space. Cleaning cupboard is another one, though it's... I was just thinking we could like pin it onto the back of this wall, but I don't think we will. I'll hold off from the cleaning cupboard, I think. We could get a library, a shop, a mailroom. We could actually make it very nice for these snitches, or people who are in protected custody. That's the thought. What about if we did a library in the bottom one? How big does a library have to be? It does have to be a 5x5. I don't think we have that space in this facility. We'll see anyhow. So what am I doing? I'm going back into planning mode and we're checking the wall length. So that is a 7x6, yeah. That was 6, just double check the distance, that's a 5. So we could actually put a library in here. That is actually something tempting. Really tempting. Okay, actually let's just continue this going and I am going to get this facility set up. Also, I just realised as well we're missing lights. Since I've turned off the automatic light mode, none of these rooms actually have lights, so let's place one above the bed. That looks fine. Awesome. Don't think we need any more lights over there. I think... oh, the showers I guess can have a couple of lights. There's no reason not to put lights in the shower. It's a bit of awkwardness. Also one above the desk. I believe that's where I placed it for these guys. I don't know if I have got a light in this one. I don't see a light. No, it's not the end of the world. You guys can deal with the being in the dark. Actually, the kitchen doesn't even have a light. Well, let's fix it up now. Here, and let's say put one over here. There we go. Let's fix that. Our builders have a lot of work to get done, especially with all the gravel, which they are getting done relatively fast, and it seems like I have missed a spot with the concrete tiles, which is pretty easy to remedy, honestly. There we go, all done. Yeah, okay, well let's get back to building this area. So we would want the entrance probably, I'm going to say on the top side for this set of room. So when we, where's the doors? So objects, do we want a jail door? Well, we can't balance it in the center. Maybe if we did, yeah, that looks right. 2 doors for people to come in. We don't really need 2 doors, but you know, put 2 doors down for the sake of it. I will then go ahead and we need, what is it, for a cafeteria. Let's actually just mark up cafeteria, canteen. Yeah, the name for it. Let's just place it down and see what's required. So it needs to be indoors, which it will be. It needs a serving table, so that should pop up in our list, which it has. So let's see. Oh god, that's big. Can we fit it horizontal? Oh, that's interesting. We can, but that doesn't mean, it means that we can't have like an access corridor straight from the kitchen to the canteen. I mean, they could walk around, but that's not really the point of having the canteen and kitchen next to each other. So with that said, I think doing something like, let's see, how much space do we have? Well, we will be placing a wall across this area. And then it looks like we've got space for objects, so 2 would be, say, kitchen sink. That would be then a, what's this one? A refrigerator. And then it would be onto, say, a cooking stove just here. Say a bin over there. And that should be enough to manage this area. I think we have enough space for technically one more stove we do it in this design. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm happy with that. That'll work out fine. And that also, yeah, that matches up to that area with the canteen, so I will mark this area also as the kitchen. Kitchen 1. Oh, that'll be kitchen 2 actually. Yep, I'm happy with that, so let's continue on building this area. So when it comes to the rooms, well, actually first of all, let's just get the concrete wall up, because that's not too hard for people to get done. And then it includes, where's door? D for door. We'll just place a basic door there. I don't think we need anything too fancy. I won't leave it open. I think this time it's better to keep it closed off. And then go on to this area over here. Oops, can we... Objects and... Let's see, serving table. This is going to be very tight however we fit it, so let's place it down here. We did just pay a bit for the table. Let's see, we need then... Oh, that's going to annoy me because these aren't the same length either. Let's see, we can place that here, and then we need 2 benches. It's a very small cafeteria. Just wondering, can we optimize the space any better? Maybe if we, say, cancel the doors, move those 2 tables, 2 benches and tables, and then move the table... I see, we can't place it horizontal. That is a real shame. Or can we? Oh, it's very tight. No, because we still don't have the space. Because if we decide to place the table across here, and if we moved the serving tray down by 1, we still don't have enough to fit in a extra bench on the other side of the table. Because we could place this door just on the right side, or we could actually mirror it, because that might turn out better. But no, okay, well, looks like I will just continue on and do it something like this. Whereabouts are the benches? Yep, here and here. I think we just paid a little extra for it, so we might have a few extra benches and stuff in storage, but that's not the end of the world. Actually, I want to change the location of the serving table. Yeah, I think... Just thinking, do we want to move it down here? It does leave a bit of... It's a little awkward because we don't have this... There is enough space, but not... There is enough space to put things down, but not enough space to actually balance the room design. So I think I'll just place it down in this corner, and we might put, say, a phone booth. Yeah, I think a phone booth would work well there, and, say, radio. Let's grab a radio. R for radio. Radio. And hopefully that should be enough to cover this area, I think. Place it out by 1. Yeah, because that balances it a little bit better, this area. Okay, well, let's continue getting this built. We also do need to consider about radiators, because I have been avoiding putting them down. How about if I place it just over here? We'll need to get heating into this area, though. But that's not too hard. Let's see. What else do we need? Well, I just need to place these objects down, so let's see. Cooker. Let's turn it around. I think that's the right way. It's a little hard to see. So I think, yeah, for some reason the planning mode overlays on top of the actual object mode. Bit of a layering issue. It's not the first time you see it in games. It could be intentional, I don't know. I'm going to make the assumption that it isn't. We'll get the fridge just along this wall, and where's the sink? Oh, actually, wait a second, cancel that. We want the sink. Oh, the sink is 3 long. Wait a second. Let's get back to the planning mode. Objects. So cancel this wall. So it needs to be 3. So we do 3 plus the bin. Then we have... Oh, not enough space for things. Let's see. If this is 3 for sink plus 1 for bin plus 1 for fridge, 1 for stove. What else are we missing? Don't think we're missing anything, but it doesn't feel balanced anymore. can't put it... No. Let's try this. If we put one there, one there. Yeah, that looks a little better because it's just balancing the area out a bit more. Though it doesn't maximize the space as best as it possibly could. But no, that will work out better, I think. So let's grab the objects again, and okay, well, we don't need to get the serving table. We need the, where is it? Fridge. Hopefully we'll work out which way is which. I think it's this way. Cooker. Let's see, turning it around, and then we need the sink, which is along this wall. Oh, so not forgetting a bin, which is this way. There we go. That should keep things balanced. Oh, that wasn't too hard. But I just realised what we can use this area down here for. This can be the hot water area. So that's actually a very useful... useful having this a tiny space over here. Because the hot water pipes will be able to reach into this area. I don't know if they will be able to reach all the way over here, but I guess we'll find out in a second. And excuse me? Stop. Can you... Okay. Don't know why it was moving left. Moving right there. It's not the end of the world though. So we'll grab a staffing door. I guess we can match it 1-to-1 to this area. Part of me wants to move this door by 1 just so we can have a 1 space going around the entire outside. Actually, and that part of me says yes. So let's do that. Also removing... dismantle the door, and they'll get around to replacing things. Then we'll have access to this area. Does mean we'll have to replace the ground. Oh, it's only a few small things. It's not too many to worry about though. And then we also need the door again. Not the door, the wall. What's going on there? Okay, well... Oh, because that's the door. The door is open, but it's on the space of the old building. There we go. Let's close that one up, and we finally have space in this area. Awesome. Well, let's build the hot water heater, shall we? So, hot water heater is... Whereabouts are we looking? Hot water. Yep, which is the boiler. Oh, that's actually... Oh yeah, that's right, because it's actually a small thing. I could have even fit it into this area. But no, I could even... the other thing as well is I could actually have my own pumping station in here. So, it's not the end of the world. So, doing the hot water heater, we'll keep it along the back wall. And they'll get around to building it eventually. But let's get a hot water pipe, and we'll just pipe it up and over to... Oh, that's right, because the... a sink requires hot water, which I guess we can just pull the pipe over here and onto the... What's that, radiator? I think we might end up putting a radiator in one of these rooms, but putting a radiator over here isn't a bad idea either. Oh, that's right. We don't have hot water in these showers. Everyone's having cold showers in the morning. Don't think not everyone likes having cold showers, but that's an easy fix anyhow. Yeah, so people will get around to building it, which they are. Excellent. Well, let's also grab a hot water pipe and let's say probably place a few heaters on this side. So once again, put the radiators down, which is our radiator. Can we search it? Oh, I can never see what I'm looking for in this listing, but there we go, I found it. So that one should be enough, at least for heating, I'm hoping. Oh, we'll see how it goes. Keeping things sped up, of course. Let's see, and that requires power. Of course it does. I haven't put any power in this facility. Oh, wait a second, I have. I just need to hook things up to the main power line. So that's to there and only a couple of blocks away. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, only small jobs, but they just take a long time because the builders need to walk all the way over to get the items. But yeah, well, let's also just pay for this building, and then this facility or this area is officially quote-unquote complete. I just realised as well, for the deployment we'll also have to remark this as solitary area, because for some reason it likes to unmark things and also unstaff these two areas, or staff these two areas, because we don't need any prisoners wandering these in those zones. There we go. It seems like we've already got it done. Awesome, so we only need to place some doors down for it now. Well, that's not too hard. And that's interesting. What's going on here? I'm not sure. because I thought we had the hot water, unless they have yet to build it. I haven't really been keeping an eye on this area. Pipe goes all the way down round. Oh, we're missing hot water. Well, that's... there we go. Only the small things. Very few small things. But what's going on here? Why does this prisoner want to go out? Where are you wandering to? Can we find out? Lockdown, regiment, sleep, work, free time, mood bad, good, condition suppressed. Well, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll just have to work it out some other time. But can one of the prisoners actually get around to using this? Another thing, did we get the research done? I hope we did. Micromanagement has still got a few hours to go. Oh, ain't that a shame. Anyhow, I think that's a good point to leave it for this episode. We have, I guess we've quote-unquote started to finalize the last area of this facility, and it seems to be, and I'm happy with the design. It seemed to have just enough space for everything that we need, luckily. Sort of roll the dice there with all the spacing. Got 1 by 1. Well, we've got a 1 wide area, which I think is kind of amusing given that this is a snitch area. You know, stitches normally get stabbed in the back, and they're walking down these dark alleyways or corridors. So I think that worked out well. Anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have anything to say, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Now, as I've said in the past, and will say in the future, I'll see you around sometime.